Abel 98 helped Somerset to healthy lead. Lewis McManus led the fight back for Hampshire after their top order got themselves into difficulties against Somerset's potent attack. He'd finished the day unbeaten in the 90s, a sleepless night with dreams of a ton, but the hosts' advantage had been reduced to double figures. And McManus wasn't able to add to his overnight score. Somerset with the early wicket they'd been targeting, out caught by Abel off Davey. And then his partner followed. Felix Organ out LBW to Gregory for 26, and Hampshire now down to their last 2. Wheel and Abbott took them to 300 runs, 60 more to go until they were on level terms with their hosts. They got to 49 away when their innings was at an end, Davey with his 5th wicket, Wheel out LBW, and Hampshire all out for 311. Like the Somerset innings before them, a middle and lower order fight back had done the job for Hampshire. North East and McManus led them to a half-decent reply. Their advantage was slim for the hosts, but it was at least a lead. Davies' impressive bowling helped them to that with 5 for 78. Hampshire had an early confidence-boosting wicket. Byram out for 4, caught behind off Abbott. But despite that loss, Abel and Davis managed to stick around, and they took the total up to 50 runs, the lead now just 1 away from 100. It was into triple figures before lunch, the partnership continuing to flourish, worth almost 50 themselves when they reached the break, the score 59 for 1. Their return saw the side put their foot down, accelerating into the afternoon session and quickly firing their way towards 100 runs. The approach saw both men into the 40s, and Davis would be the first to capitalise. A single off Barker, enough to see him pass the mark after just 66 balls. The 100 was next, their lead extending further, and their partnership soon matched that figure, the second wicket pair with triple figures off 131 balls, and a little more than an hour and a half together. It wasn't long before Abel followed Davis, the captain now on to 50 with a single off the spin of Organ, a little slower to the mark with 71 deliveries required, but he was leading from the front for his side. The pair had their score on 150 soon, the lead now over 200. Davis' intrepid innings came to an end at the hands of Organ, out LBW for 82, as he looked to sweep the spinner. With 200 runs fast approaching, Organ had another, Hildreth handing a catch back to the spinner, who clung on. Somerset now 3 down. Abel was still there though, and going nicely. He was into the 90s before tea, and the score taken to 200 runs. But that would be where the captain fell. 2 runs needed for his ton when a combination of turn and what looked like an inside edge saw Organ pick up his 3rd. Tea came soon after, the score 208 for 4, and Somerset's lead now 257. Bartlett and Goldsworthy re-emerged after the break and kept up their good work, Hampshire toiling under the baking sun as Somerset streaked ahead. With 250 on the board, they moved to 300 in the lead. This duo's value soon up to 50. Once again, the visitors were struggling to make inroads. Bartlett was taking advantage, his innings one of real aggression and endeavour, and it took him to 50 runs off 71 balls. Even the single that took him there was smashed into the offside. The approach took them to 300 runs, the lead now over 350, with shadows starting to lengthen across the Taunton outfield. Goldsworthy was a victim of his side's success, the aerial route taken, but Alsop found, out for 36. Somerset had got as far as 323 when Barker had his first of the innings. Davey caught behind, and the umpire promptly wandered towards the stumps, flicked the bails off, and brought the day to a close. They'll come back tomorrow. Somerset's lead now a quite imposing 372. An overnight declaration may be in the offing, but it looks like Abel may very well look for the 28 more needed to take their advantage to 400 runs before they started hunting the 10 wickets they needed for the win.